In case you didn't watch the last video, I was in Ukraine for work and almost got hit by missile debris, worked in a creepy hospital, and ate a lot of borscht. Today is the conclusion of that saga. I had spare time, so I decided to go to a flea market. I love flea markets, and I have a habit of collecting old Soviet junk and old coins. But on my way, I gained an unexpected friend. It's my new buddy. You are very small. Are you young or are you just malnourished? Or both? Ты была на фронте?
Да, под Киевом. Мощун, Гостомель, Буча.
Буча?
Бахмут.
Не в Бахмуте. Hey, this is my Uber. I gotta go. Sorry, buddy. Извините, Sonia. Thank you for keeping me company. Bye-bye. I'm sorry, I gotta go, bud. I bought a lot of Soviet artifacts, but the coolest thing I bought was a patron round from the front line. It was the only artifact from this war that I could find. I look like I'm swimming in this, and it's still my height. This was $20. In a square in downtown Kiev, there is a place where they keep all the captured Russian tanks and military vehicles from the beginning of the war, when all the Russians tried to invade the Kyiv area. Each one even had a description on where they were from and when they were destroyed. Oh my goodness. Although the sign said no climbing, no one seemed to care. Oh, look at them playing on the multiple rocket launcher system. These are a bunch of tones. Look at that in there. Some kids definitely crawled in there. And I was fangirling. So very hard. Oh, this thing's a mess. Oh, there's the V. There's the V. Oh my gosh, dunk. There's the V. Oh my goodness. I love the smell of dead Russians in the morning. Look at that. Look at that shit. That is so how would you not find this cool? Unless, of course, you're a Vatnik. I probably saw some of these get destroyed. Someone sketched out a tourist map here, and they put what appears to be a patriarch causing explosives. Oh, there's some destruction. I'm not sure if that's age or if that's weapons. Then I visited one of Kiev's biggest attraction, the Pechersk Lavra. All of the buildings inside were closed because I was there pretty late, but I got to see the outside still. Look at those icons, they're so well maintained and freshly painted. And I saw how much damage this beautiful historical site has suffered as a result of the many wars it faced. For example, this building was actually burnt down by the Nazis. And you can also see a lot of neglect damage from the war. The roof is the paint is chipped and everything. You guys watch this. Scaffolding, you had one job and that is to not be there. These are Byzantine crosses because the Orthodox people need to remind us that Jesus had feet. Alright. Afterwards, I went to look for food, but I stumbled upon a protest. This church is affiliated with the Russian Orthodox Church, and people are not happy about it because the Russian Orthodox Church thinks it's a good idea. He's saying that, oh, if you die fighting in Ukraine for Russia, you get a seat in heaven. And I'm not gonna say jihad, but jihad. Now, a bit of context. These people are protesting against the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. This is different from the Orthodox Church of Ukraine. Yes, I know it's confusing, as the church is allegedly affiliated with the Russian Orthodox Church. Well, I guess I'll just let them explain.
Yeah, there's this confusing division between UOC, Ukrainian Orthodox Church, and Orthodox Church of Ukraine. But in fact, it's easier to say Russian Orthodox Church and Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Or, Orthodox Church of Ukraine because it's official.
But Ukrainian Orthodox Church is Russian.
Yes. So it's easier to call them Russians.
They just victims of propaganda in this church because priests in this church just Russians.
Surprised they haven't just moved yet.
Taking a stroll across those alleys would be equal to ending up in Russian propaganda channel alive, which is not a really good experience.
Yeah.
Actually, it's quite sad because mostly those are the elder women and men that they are brainwashing, and they are spreading all that propaganda, all those narratives of Russians about great USSR, that we were one people under one church and sometimes under one leader.
Another person I work with told me later that the patriarch allegedly changed and is no longer affiliated with the Russian Orthodox Church, but a lot of people didn't believe that. But regardless of what the truth is, it does prove that no, they have not banned religion in Ukraine. Honestly, I have never seen so many Jesus billboards in my life than I did in Ukraine, and I have been to the western and southern part of the United States.
We all thank American people and American government for helping us.
Хлопчики, тихо сказали, що ми благодарні. Ні, скажіть, що ми лягаємо спати, і ракети, день і ніч, ми не знаємо, проснемось вранці чи ні, га? Да, поняла, да, ну скажіть.
They ask us to say to you that we are... Скажіть.
Мені 85 років, я прожив...
I'm 85 years old.
Я Другу світову війну вже втратив маму, батька.
In the World War II I have a mother,
Двох
father,
братів в концтабор попали.
two brothers. They
Ще
ended up
брата,
in
я
concentration
один
camp.
був, кругла сирота. Все, і я втік, жив на Донбасі, і зараз я втік в Київ.
I have escaped to Donbass and now I had to escape to Kiev.
Але війна мене наздогнала тут.
And war got me here as well.
Складно нам очі. Ми
Sadly,
дуже
it's a
thank
quite
you very
common
much.
story.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Дякуємо вам, дякую, моє сонечко, дякую. Вашому народу ми бажаємо теж миру, процвітання, прогресу. І там дуже багато хороших, розумних політиків є, добрих, прекрасних людей, які розуміють нашу ситуацію і допомагають нам в цьому.
Ukrainian supermarkets have bacon flavored chips. Fascinating. They have bacon flavored. That's great, gimme. And I'll try crab. Yogurt and baked onion and San Diego spicy. Well, I guess we'll see how spicy San Diego is. I haven't seen anybody from outside the country unless it's on our trip. I forgot to put my borscht in the fridge last night. Oh well, just one day. I almost went every single day with eating borscht. But wait, we're 5. All right, that counts. On my last day, my coworker took me to go sightseeing. So all the squirrels are red.
Yes, you got gray.
Yeah, we have gray and sometimes we have black. This church is St. Andrew's. Legend has it that Andrew, Jesus' apostle, came to Kiev and brought Christianity, proclaiming it on this hill. This is commemorated with this church. It looks ginormous, but I was informed it was much smaller on the inside. Before the US even became a country. Sandbags over there. And there's the market. The bottoms were supposed to be windows and the street used to be a lot lower.
Yeah,
Ah,
they were higher.
interesting. Oh my goodness. Well, that's where this. Okay. Oh, they have the zoo chest.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Terrifying Alice in Wonderland I have ever seen.
So this is actually one of the most, I don't know even how to say it, like most respectful universities in Ukraine. It's called like Kyiv University.
Oh my goodness, it's like still. It's quite the presentation. Presentation is perfect. Thank you. Oh my goodness. The presentation is absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Course number, I forgot. Wow. Today I leave. There's a double rainbow. The train was okay. It was like any other European train, except with more children, meaning that I hardly got any sleep. So I got back to Poland very tired, where I returned to the military store, got swarmed by tourists, and sweated my ass off. Honestly, I was really sad to leave Ukraine. I came to really love it a lot. The food, the people, the beauty, the architecture, the cheap prices. I mean, seriously, Uber in Ukraine was like $3. All the Cold War stuff. It made me incredibly sad that I couldn't see more of it. Well, I guess that means I have to come back someday. Honestly, once the war settles down, I wouldn't mind even living there. There's a lot of misconceptions about Ukraine. The internet and cell reception are perfectly normal. They're fine with people speaking Russian. Most of the damaged buildings have been reconstructed to the point where you hardly ever think a war happened here in the first place. The country hasn't collapsed, nor is it riddled with crime. It's not a poor, corrupt, ass-backward country that lacks technology. Religion is thriving here. People here are very grateful to the West and everything we do. And things are overall normal here. And if you don't believe me, you can go see it for yourself. Overall, Ukraine is not that bad. I went there during a very special time where there was a crisis in Russia. If you want to go to Ukraine to show your big ballsiness without really being in too much danger, go to Kiev or Lviv. As long as you're in the West, you're gonna be fine. You have a few air raid sirens, especially if you're in Kyiv, but if you're anywhere west of that, you don't have to worry. It's mostly just the east where the war is going on. The west isn't a war zone at all. There are actually points of the trip where I forgot I was in a country that was actively fighting a war. But even in the east, life is just normal here. Life goes on and finds a way not only to survive, but thrive. I hope you learned a lot during this video as I did on my trip. And until then, Slava Ukraini! Ой, у лузі червона калина похилилася, чогось наша славна Україна зажурилася.